All right, guys, if you're getting on the road anytime soon and you're taking your horse with you, Dr. Mike is here to give us some advice before you get on the road and when you're on the road with the horse. So first of all, you got to prep the horse.
You bet. Meredith, it depends on where we're going. Are we going 50 miles down the road to visit the grandparents for the weekend, or are we going across country? If we're going to ship a horse across country, a lot of times we'll take those horses, we'll tube them, put some mineral oil in them, especially if we've got a horse that doesn't like to drink a lot, trying to prevent that colic before they get to the other end. We want to make sure these horses are accustomed to their trailer, they got good footing, make sure the trailer is big enough. I've got Belgians, and I can tell you, they won't go in most trailers. They've got to have a big trailer with a lot of room if we're going to be shipping them someplace.
Okay, so you get on the road. What kinds of things do you need to know ahead of time before you ever push the gas? Before
you ever push the gas, I want to know where the veterinarians along that route. I want to go ahead and get my route mapped out, know where I'm going. Am I going to have friends to stop along? If we're going across country, I don't like to haul any horses more than about 12 hours if I can help it. And I like to stop and get them off that trailer. So you need to have someplace you can stop, let the horses out. Now, what you don't want to do is stop along the road, the interstate, and take your horses out. You want to be someplace off of the main roads if you do decide to get them off. But overnight, you want to let your horses hang out overnight. You don't want to put them on the trailer and go 24 hours. Just because we can drive it doesn't mean the horses have to, because remember, they're cramped up, they can't lay down, and if you got geldings, they need to stretch out to urinate. They can't do that in a lot of trailers. They can't do it while they're moving along. You want to stop that trailer about every 100, 150 miles for at least 30 minutes if you're hauling geldings, and let them sit there and stretch out, urinate, offer the horses some water, keep them hydrated. Some of them won't drink. One of the tricks I use with my horses is I'll take a Coca-Cola and I'll pour it into some water and I'll get them used to drinking that. So when we're going down the road and we have a change in water, some water may have fluorine, some doesn't. I put the Coca-Cola in there and kind of mask the taste and the smell, and they'll go ahead and drink it.
Okay, and you also talked about the importance of being able to tie the horses up.
You bet. If you're going down the road and you have an emergency, the last thing you want to do is get your horses off, and I see it all the time, and you can't tie the horse up. If you're by yourself and you got a 6-horse rig and you got 6 horses, you got to be able to get them off, tie them to a tree, and go back and get the other horse off, which is also important. Have a buddy. You know that friend that's laying around at home eating bonbons, not doing a thing? Get them off the couch, put them in the back of the trailer. You know, they can eat bonbons or in the truck with you, but get them out, have a buddy, somebody that can help you in case of an emergency, because bad things happen. It's just how we respond to them. That's in regard to how bad they're going to be for us.
All right, and quickly, we should probably mention to keep mindful of the ag stations, right?
You bet. If you're going through different states, you're going to have ag stations you got to stop at. Now, if you're going through those ag stations, have your Coggins ready, have your health papers ready, because if you don't, you can get to spend a lot more time at that ag station than you want to, because they're not going to let you go on. And it's something simple. You've got to pull into them. I don't care if you got a 2-horse or an 8-horse rig, pull into that ag station, because they're going to come get you if you don't.
All right, let's not leave out vaccinations. If you're going to one part of the country, it may be different
You
than
bet.
another part.
You want to know where you're going. If you're going up in the Northeast, things that we don't have down in the Southeast, we don't see a lot of botulism, we don't see Potomac horse fever. Vaccinate your horse for those things. You know, if you're going out west or anywhere else, all through the U.S., you know, rabies is always the most important thing in any horse to get vaccinated. But, you know, West Nile, encephalitis, all those things you want to keep going. If you're traveling up and down the road a lot, you know, we've already talked about this before, is you get a national brand feed, something that you're going to find in every state. So there's no change in feed or hay as you're going through and working with your horses.
Okay, but the number one thing, probably keep that veterinarian number nearby.
You bet. Keep them there. Know where you're going. Know who's on the other end. You got friends all over the country. You know, the horse world is a small world. Call somebody up and say, you know, I'm coming through your state. If you can't put me up for the night, do you know somebody that I can put up these horses, and can we have your local vet come out and just do a little check on them? If you've been on the road 2 or 3 days, have the vet come out, check on them, visit with them. You'll learn a lot, meet a new friend. It won't cost you much, and it'll give you a lot of satisfaction.
All right, we're safe on the road, our horses too. Thank you for that.